past. What I am about to tell you must not be breathed to another living soul. If you are to speak such horrors to another, you may risk the possibility of being taken away deep into the bowels of the Gouliard Asylum for the perpetually insane, never to be seen or heard from again. Or quite possibly, your mind may never be able to withstand the truth. So, let's get started, shall we? I have decided to end my little look at Old Tucson Studios celebrating the 20th anniversary of Nightfall with Nightfall 20 Years of Terror. First off, I would like to take this time and opportunity to thank all of you for your comments and support. I hope you had as much fun watching it as I had developing it. This year was an interesting year. The Gargoyles of Town Square consisted of Guido, Carmine, Tony, Leo, and, of course, Vinny. Then we had the Hollywood Haunted Train Ride. A strange and horrifying look of the desert outskirts, depicting some of the greatest monsters of motion picture history. Narrated by the great Vincent Price himself. Unfortunately, at this point in time, Vincent Price was a little bit expensive, not to mention dead, so I had to fill in for him. This seemed more an anniversary of the horror genre as opposed to an anniversary of the township of Nightfall itself. But we also had 3 haunted attractions! The first was the return of the Inferno, an expanded look at a horrifying, hell-bound world with brand new special effects. You also had the anniversary-themed attraction, Death Row. In Death Row, you as the guest became the inmate, preparing for your doom through the long and winding path into the Gouliard Asylum for the perpetually insane. Here you would experience some of the horrors that...
Mike, you know that Death Row had nothing to do with Gouliard Asylum, right?
Humor me!
No.
And of course, let us not forget the haunted attraction, the Iron Door Mine. Okay, so how did these 3 haunted attractions fit into the anniversary of Nightfall? So let's look at the tradition of shows during Nightfall 20 Years of Terror. First, we had Magic of the Macabre. Macabre? Is that macabre or is that macabre? Macabre. Performed by master magician and illusionist Aaron Raddatz. Now, as far as anniversary goes, the Magic of the Corn on the Cob could be alluded to the original Wizard of the West show, performed during the initial years of Nightfall. Of course, his show was much more unique and elaborate. We also had Mad Science, a comedy show performed by Dr. Johnson and Dr. Johnson. No relation. Consisting of both the bloodletting comedy and musical dance show genres, the show depicted 2 feuding diabolical doctors and their transformation device. Though the show utilized more adult humor, and I felt some of it was a bit offensive, it still does not compare to the horror of this guy on the street. I mean, geez Louise, come on. That's just not right. Man, I hope that's pudding in that bucket of his. What I think made it all worthwhile was, of course, the return of the guillotine. With everything that we had to offer at Nightfall 20 Years of Terror, I do believe that the guillotine helped tie it all together. And what better time to reintroduce the guillotine than the 20th anniversary of Nightfall? But wait! Of course, I almost forgot. The Stunt Story Stunt Show!